Daniel Ricciardo's performance has been the headline for a long time now, but will we see him after the 2022 F1 season? Let's find out in detail. There's no question that Daniel Ricciardo is a particularly popular race car driver, but he has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons as of late. His poor form coming from 2021 hasn't exactly impressed his fans or his team. Depicting who he was in Monaco of 2018, expectations from a driver like him have always been high. Add his salary, popularity and a potential champion to the mix, and you get expectations higher than any other matchup on the grid. But Daniel Ricciardo fell immensely short of all of that. McLaren's moves to climb back up to their old glory included signing Daniel from 2021 to the end of 2023. But Daniel's hunger for a WDC seemed to be a reality from another universe now, along with McLaren's hopes to climb back up to their old glory. So, we thought it would be poetic to talk about Daniel Ricciardo and McLaren right before the 2022 Monaco Grand Prix. Before we start to look at some comments hinting that Daniel Ricciardo might be getting close to the axe, let's first see what he is up against. After a terrible 2021 season, Daniel Ricciardo was 45 points adrift of Lando Norris at the end of the 2021 season, with both the drivers having one DNF the entire season. Now, a 45-point difference at the end of the season might not seem much, especially considering it was his first season with McLaren, but as this graph depicts, his performance wasn't exactly impressive in races. The beginning and the current trend of the 2022 season, wherein Daniel Ricciardo has crashed his McLaren at Monaco in FP2, do not paint any better image than 2021 either, as you can see from the graphs. Lando Norris has consistently performed well and is leading 39 to 11 points from Daniel Ricciardo at the moment. He even finished 4 places ahead of Daniel Ricciardo at Spain, even when he was suffering from a visibly uncomfortable tonsillitis, which definitely had deleterious impact on his performance. All in all, Lando Norris has performed at every stage and stands McLaren's lead driver for a reason. Daniel Ricciardo's recent lackluster performance at Barcelona didn't impress anyone either. His claims were that there was something wrong with the car or the tyre setup or something because of which he had less grip, and that he hopes the team finds something, which didn't happen as of yet. His recent crash at FP2 in Monaco was also because he claims to have overdone the car's setup. The statement made by him that he hopes someone finds something in the car is proof in itself that Daniel already knows what are the consequences. There is no doubt that Daniel Ricciardo is a high profile and a highly paid driver. His popularity has definitely helped McLaren with the sponsorships. But as we know, Formula One is not only about money, even though recent events might prove to the contrary. Every midfield F1 team in McLaren's position aims to sign a driver who can win given an opportunity or fight for wins consistently. At this stage, McLaren cannot afford to struggle with strategies to have at least themselves in points when Lando Norris has proven that 2022 can be a consistent top 7 finisher for McLaren. So no matter how much your popularity benefits the team, a driver who cannot perform is simply not worthy of a paycheck as heavy as Daniel's. I understand this can be offensive, but it is business after all. Mclaren CEO Zak Brown, who is not at the Monaco GP, stated earlier this week that their partnership with Daniel Ricciardo had not met expectations, and Ricciardo admitted ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix that that was a fair evaluation. McLaren and Ricciardo have both had a desire to keep working together for a potential breakthrough that allows Daniel Ricciardo to recapture the form that made him a 7-time race winner with Red Bull, which was also evident when he scored the 8th victory at Monza with McLaren and the 2018 Monaco Grand Prix, where he won without his curse working. But there are definite indications now that there are performance clauses in Daniel Ricciardo's contract. Here's what Brown had to say about these. I don't want to get into the contract details. But there are mechanisms in which we are committed to each other, and then there's mechanisms in which we are not. I've spoken with Daniel about it. We're not getting the results that we both hoped for, but we're both going to continue to push. I think he showed at Monza he can win races. We also need to continue to develop our race car. It's not capable of winning races, but we'd like to see him further up the grid. We'll just play it. I don't want to say one race at a time, because we're not going to one race at a time, but we'll just see how things develop, what he wants to do. Daniel Ricciardo's performance and relationship with McLaren have been the talk of Formula One recently, and these are not in the way that Daniel would have hoped. With his mellow voice on both team radio and team interviews along with other interviews definitely indicate that he's feeling the pressure or maybe is even demotivated. While I can't properly say what's going on in someone's head, I think he's aware of the fact that 2022 might be the last time he's getting into a Formula One car to race it if his performance does not improve. That was it for this video. If you enjoyed it, well, you can subscribe because this video was sponsored by your views. Also do check out our website www.carthrust.com for more automotive and Formula One news. You can also like the video and leave your comments below for further discussion. We're available for you all the time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.